Okay. Okay, guys. Hi, Krishna.
Hare
Here we
Krishna.
are once again in the Krishnacore podcast number 11 with my Dines. And today we have a special guest who is Manoharas from Philippines, but he now is living in USA. He used to play Not For Sale, and now he's playing in the band Goshala. So we will talk about this all, about his spiritual journey. And okay, Manohara, how are you? Everything
I'm
okay?
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up again? I'm sorry for the
What's up
inconvenience.
again?
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not tell anyone about the way in which we started
Yeah.
about 10 minutes ago, and then and then you're completely
Okay.
died, man.
Yeah.
So we won't talk about that at all. Okay. Firstly, welcome. It's really good to see you.
Thank you.
Could you please introduce yourself? I know that you're originally from the Philippines, and Madhu said actually, yeah, you're over in America now. Could you just give you some background, and also tell us a little bit about how you came to become involved with Krishna consciousness?
Yeah. So my name is Manoharas. I'm born and raised in the Philippines, but I'm staying here in California, Long Beach. So back in the Philippines, like more than 20 years ago, I was in the underground scene. I was like a punk kid. Like I'm like a typical punk kid who drink, who intoxicate for like for almost like 3 years. But in the Philippines, like the punks in there is like really big. So it's like mixed up with a little bit of hardcore, and but now it's getting more hardcore and punk. So I remember you guys interview. I mean, I saw it. You guys interview Balaram. It's my best friend. It's like my teacher too. It's like not because of him. I'm not here where I'm at. Like I'm not gonna be. I don't know. Probably Krishna about Krishna consciousness because of him. So yeah, so back in the Philippines, we're in different group. Like back in the days, like Balaram is in Not For Sale. I'm in a different band, and then we see each other like their crew. We see each other like almost every show. Like, oh, I like them. I like their style. I'm like, we're almost the same. And then yeah, we talk like we chat like once in a while, and then the most amazing thing in the Philippines, like devotees always feed people in the shows. I'm like, they're so sweet and cool. I'm like, why these people feeding us? Why they're so sweet? Then we start talking about them, like what they're doing, what's up, where they're feeding food, where the food came from, and they just start preaching us, start telling us this is prasadam, this is offered to the God. I'm like, what is that? Wait, slow down. I don't know about that.
Mm.
So they invited us to the temple. So when the time they invited us to the temple, that's the time like, okay, we're learning. We're they're putting knowledge in our brain. We're not just a typical human being now. Like, okay, this what's up. This like almost us. We just need to stop drinking and doing all this shit. But like a long run, like almost 2 years, like I cheated myself. Like, I don't intoxicate anymore, but at the back of my friends, I still drinking. Like, it's a long process. Like, until like I realized I need to stop doing all this stupid crap. I'm sorry for more words. And and then that's it. Like, I met Balaram. I went there. I remember like I saw him at Baguio City, like a specific place in the Philippines. That's like headquarters, like a Baptist center, like a like a community center for Hare Krishna. And then he invited us. Hey, there's a Sunday feast at our ashram, and they went. I went. Me personally, I went. I'm like, okay, I went, and then I saw like a bunch of. Hey, why you guys here? Why you guys here? The people I see in the scene, like, why you guys here? What are you doing? Balaram, Ben. We called it Ben before. This is that's his name before. He invited us to come here. He said he gonna feed us vegetarian food. Oh, okay, that's dope. And then there you go. Like I start hanging out with him. He start teaching us this and that. How do you do this? How do you do that? You should pay respect to this. You should pay respect to that. Start teaching us so much. It's really good. So after that, like we hang out for like few years. Like we did Sankirtan, we drive around Philippines. We didn't even drive, we hitchhike, like with tons of books, like heavy books. And then yeah, and then after a few years, I think I stayed in the temple. Yeah, we stayed in the temple like for a few years. And then we go back and forth, like we're gonna go just to recharge, like get books, recharge, take a rest for a little bit, and go out again, Sankirtan, and that's it. Going for like few years till Baram decided to move out to Vrindavan, but the Sankirtan movement is still going, but it's not that like back in this, like really pushing it, really pushing it. Now the big thing now in the Philippines, the Krishnacore thing. We did so not we okay. I'll take a part of it, but we did so much, a lot of devotee because of Krishna Core. Most of the hardcore punk kid, they jump into it. They're like, oh, they're so cool. What they're doing? They're like unique. They're not, not everyone else. So everyone jump in. Like, okay, let's do this. Let's join them. And that's it. That's how it goes. And then we play a bunch of shows. The first album of Not For Sale, I was there, like really, really punk, like crusty. I love it. And then the evolution is there, like people changing. I think I'm second generation of Not For Sale. Yeah, I'm second generation, because the first generation, most of them is gone, like working, have their families. Some of them died. Yeah, and then yeah, we played a bunch of shows around Philippines, like everywhere, like Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, and then until Balaram decided to move out to Vrindavan. I think that's the time he wanted to go to school out there, and then he ended up staying there till now, which is so cool. We have we have friends out there. Like, hey, what's up? We have friends going out there. Can you help him? Sometimes he will let him stay at this house, and then he's like a tour guide because he knows every single part of Vrindavan now. It's like a Brother Jabasi. Yeah, it's so cool. And then I moved out here like 2013. So they did like a last show of Not For Sale, I think, but I was not there because I already moved out here. And then I met devotees here. It's so cool. Like, the rocks are like, first time I moved out here in California in Long Beach. I went to the Long Beach temple. I saw Paramananda. I'm like, whoa, this is Paramananda. What the hell? This you guys know Paramananda. And like, he's like, he's acting like a normal guy. And then, oh, okay. Then I met him. He's so humble. He's so super freaking humble. And then I start meeting all the Krishna core kids here generally in USA. Here in California, there's not a lot of Krishna core, to be honest. Most of them is in East Coast. Yeah. Here in California, there's like a little bit. That's why we're having a hard time for Goshala. We having a hard time to find people. But now we just starting like, okay, straight edge, come jump in. But as much as we want, at Goshala, we want Krishna, like, devotees, but it's hard. You guys know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So luckily, about Goshala, luckily I met those devotees. Like, okay, let's start. We've been planning it. Like Javier, me. You guys know Javier, right? You probably guys know Javier. Javier is from Where It Went podcast, where it went from Revelation.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Javier. Yeah. So I met him. He's super cool. He's really cool. He's really, really cool. So he taught me like, okay, this is the scene here in LA. This is how it goes. Okay, now what's up? And then I start seeing bands, like, because in the Philippines, we're in third world country. We like back in the days, like it's not common to like foreign band to visit Philippines. So when I start coming, I'm like, I wanna go to freaking shows. First time I went to band, I saw Chromags at Alex Bar. Like, man, this is Chromags. And then I didn't know the process. The show here, that you need to buy the ticket online. You can buy, because in the Philippines, you can just go in the shows and buy a ticket up front. And then John Joseph showed me chanting in the line. I'm like, hey, are you Hare Krishna? Yes, come with me, you're mine. I'm like, oh my God, John Joseph just hooked me up. That's it. I'm like, oh my God, this devotee is so cool. Krishna's arrangement. And that's it. Yeah, I kept going to the shows and then start meeting the devotees from East Coast. East Coast devotees, Krishnacore is really dope too. They're really sweet. Like our community, our community take care of each other. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's one fact that I love about us. We take care of each other. It's
Yeah.
a big community. Wherever we go, everywhere we go. Oh, you don't have a place to come here? Come here at my house. Stay here. It's just so
That's nice.
sweet, right? Yeah, it was so nice. You can't find anything like this. Like regular groups of people, like will feed you, will take care of you. Yeah. So now, the congregation here in Long Beach, from Laguna Beach, is like my hometown. But when I start playing Goshala, I start going more in LA now. Like Ekraj, shout out to Ekraj. We owe him a lot. He's the one who holding down the Goshala. It's like the one's like big boss of Goshala. You guys need to interview him. He's
Yeah.
like low key. He's like low key. He doesn't want like really social media and stuff. But I'm gonna push him. Hey, you need to get interviewed at Krishnacore.
Yeah.
He works
Yeah.
for BBT. He works for BBT. He does a lot of service for BBT.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We will put him in the list now that for the interviews. So
Yeah.
So, but I really like, what you're saying about how it was kind of a bit of a slow process. Your spirituality and the light going on was quite a slow process. Did you come from a religious background yourself? Did you believe in God before the Hare Krishna thing?
Yep. I was born and raised in a Catholic school. I went from elementary, high school, college to a Catholic school, but I questioned everything.
Yeah.
Like the first thing I questioned, because I was vegetarian before I jumped into Hare Krishna. I really love vegetarian. I read a lot of vegetarian books, why we need to be vegetarian. I even questioned my teacher. Hey, in the Ten Commandments, it said thou shalt not kill. It doesn't say doesn't not murder. So why are we eating animals? And they shut up and they can't answer my question. They keep putting like a different answer. I'm like, okay, they can give me answer. I'll look it by myself. Even like back in days, I keep looking for some different, I love reading like different beliefs. Like I respect everything beliefs, but God is Krishna. Krishna is universal. He will appear to you in different form as long the way you love him, the way you serve him. Krishna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where did you so you started to question meat eating at a very early age?
Yeah.
Where did you find what made you question that? Was it anything to do? You mentioned crass. Was it anything to do with kind of anarcho-punk or punk lyrics, or what was it that pushed you in that kind of direction?
You already hit it so fast. Like what is that band? Like crusty band that I think Resist and Exist. They're like vegetarian.
Right.
The first band that I heard like because I was introduced by punk like crusty, like Resist and Exist. There's a bunch of crusty punk. Wait, what is that band again? Drop Dead.
Right.
There you go. Drop Dead. That when I heard that, ooh, they're hard. What they're saying, and then that's it. Okay. I turned to vegetarian, and then I keep going to the shows, and most of the people, most of the pack, they drink, they intoxicate, but they're all vegetarian. That's like, okay, that's weird. That's what's up. And I start talking to them. They keep me inputting me. Okay, that's why they're vegetarian. They gave me books. I start reading. Here you go. I learned. Yeah, I pick it up.
Yeah,
So
because Balarama Das, I'll write about him in this. That actually came to Krishnacore via anarcho-punk, and he was quite a similar kind of story to yours. You know, it was enough that made him start questioning himself, and that took him on the road to spirituality.
That's the reason why, because I hang out with him for what, decades. That's why he's one of my teachers. So that's one, like, it's a big influence to me. And then I start,
Great, it's brilliant.
There is we used to talk sometimes, because as Jayananda Prabhu last time, he says that Krishna consciousness is like the ultimate rebellion. It's the revolution, you know, because there is a lot of things that there's like a nature in the punk community about question everything, you know. Don't stay just with something that it makes you apparently happy. That is like this material world, that is Maya. Sometimes, temporarily you can be happy, but what about the life, the world life? Is you just study, get a job, get married, do some other stuff and die? There is nothing more. Like, of course, something comes in life. You see how everyone is suffering, you know. Like, doesn't matter which political discourse of which political system you have in your country. There is always a moment that you suffer, you know, because everything is temporary, because everything is so, I don't know. But when you embrace Krishna consciousness, it's something like forever, you know. It's like, because the holy name, you can always be with the holy name, you can be always in presence of Krishna, because the name of Krishna is no different from Krishna himself. So more when you are in association with devotees, something so special. When you are listening from the sadhus, is so special, and you can experiment by yourself what it means, and you can see the result in others, in the pure devotees. So that is what I think Krishna consciousness, it makes it so different from other social systems or even religious systems. So I completely feel what you say, and that's why for the next question is like, what makes you embrace Krishna consciousness? Like, what are the principles, and how you feel everything after being initiated, more dedicated to Krishna consciousness?
Like what you said, this material world is like constantly suffering, but because of you guys, devotees, our teachers, we're like safe, like chant and be happy. And then like what your question is, like after a few years, like I'm still learning. We constantly were learning. Me myself, I'm not that, I'm not that intellectual, but that's like what you said. I just keep hanging out with devotees who have like pure love of Krishna, so I can get that Shakti. I want that. I'm like, I'll take that. No matter what you give it to me, I'll take that. That's why I will never ever like leave the association of devotee, like you guys. Yeah, like service attitude. It's hard, everyone has an ego. I have an ego. It's hard sometimes, but we gotta fight it. We're gonna fight it, or else we'll fall down. It's really hard, but devotees, mercy, like you guys giving me mercy. We're here. Yeah.
So how come you were you initiated in the Philippines, or were you initiated in the US? And how come you went over to the US then?
Okay, I was initiated at Vrindavan. Yeah, last 2000, like after almost 2 decades, because I keep hiding. Like for initiation, I keep hiding But last 2018, yeah, that Tukaram. Shout out to Tukaram. He's our teacher here. If not because of him, he keep pushing it. Manohara, you need to get initiated. You need to get initiated. You need to put yourself, put your life together. Okay, I will take this seriously now. I'm gonna get initiated. 2018, I went to Vrindavan. My guru was there, Janananda Maharaj. I love him so much. He was there, and then like I think last week of Kartik 2018, I got initiated with a bunch of the Bodhi from Russia too. And then, yeah, that's it. So your second question, how I went here, because of family. I have family out here, my daughter, especially my daughter. So I'm like, I want to go back to Philippines because, I want to, the community here is like simple, like really simple. Here, I'm already materialistic back in the Philippines. When I move out here, I become more materialistic.
Mhm.
It's so bad. I'm like, I keep buying merch. I'm like, ah! I need to stop, but I can't. This merch industry keep putting so much good shirt and jacket and LPs, so I can stop it.
At least
But
you
that's
get
the
it
only.
cheaper. At least you get it
Yeah,
cheaper because shipping cost is
yeah.
expensive
Shipping
now.
is so crazy. It's so crazy. That's why. Yeah, you're right. And sometimes knowing people like who sell merch like Javier. Okay, you don't need to pay like shipping fee. Just meet me up. Here you go. And then yeah, and yeah, that's it. Because of family, it's just so nice. Like everywhere we go, there's devotee everywhere. I want to visit you guys one of these days. Hope once Gushal like start playing and your band playing too,
Yeah,
Madhu, we can play together out there. You, my
Yeah,
best, we can play out there too. You
that'd
know,
be
yeah.
great. Come
it
over
will
to
be fab.
Europe, or we'd go over
That
to
would be
the
nice.
US.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
And it was special because we both are immigrants, so it would be like,
yeah, right.
um, how's that? What are the principles that makes you embrace Krishna consciousness? Like, I think that there is something special. I mean, yeah, many devotees will speak about the four principles, but I think there is something beyond that, like, and also, yeah, like, what makes you stay always in Krishna
Yeah.
consciousness?
One. Let's say not four regular principle. One principle that I love about Hare Krishna is the love, pure love, because we can't fight hate by hate. We can fight hate by love. It's hard sometimes because we got oppressed, we need to defend ourselves. But yeah, we need to defend ourselves. But once in a while, we need to understand where these people coming from, why they doing that. But sometimes, yeah, we need to defend ourselves. But the love is the one thing that we can handle forever. We can, love can defeat anything. I mean, yeah, love is the best thing in the world. Like Krishna consciousness teach me about that. I have so much hate before. Now, like gradually, okay, it's gone because of our ego. That's why we start hating. But once we understand the process that we're not the body, that okay, this is temporary. He hate me, but it's temporarily. I'll still give him love, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, and the holy names, like, I think it sometimes happen when I'm reading a book. It's like, all the acharyas, they make emphasis in the chanting holy names. So sometimes I'm reading the book, and in the middle of the page, he say, "Okay, chant holy names." So I close the book and I should go to chant. But yeah, it's Krishna consciousness is something always so fresh, so special, and you always learn something new. You know.
yeah,
Uh, Prabhu, one thing, could you talk a little bit about Goshala? That is your new band in
yeah.
USA.
Goshala. I mean, we're still in process. We have like few songs now, but really don't want to put it out till we record our first demo. Yeah, it just keep pushing back because of this pandemic. There's like two of our bandmates got the COVID, so we stopped for like a minute to start jamming, and then we start jamming again. But we still in process. We pushing it to put the demo like before this year end or in the middle of this year. That's the plan is. As long there's no COVID drama
Yeah.
or anything will happen, we'll put it out. I'm excited too about that. I'm really
Yeah.
excited to put it out. Yeah, yeah. We practice like every Sunday. I don't wanna say should I say it? Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna not generalizing it. By the mercy of devotees in LA, we have our own lockdown. We have our own spot. Like the same time doing service for devotees, which is so sweet. Yeah, Krishna's so merciful that we just need to appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to do now. Stop complaining. Just appreciate everything.
Yeah.
Because once you start complaining, that's the time you're gonna you freak out. And yeah,
Yeah.
keep my japa keep going. Like something. I mean, to be honest, like my like 40% of my japa is like not like concentration, like reconcentrate. My mind's like everywhere, but I'm trying my best. Trying my
Yeah.
best. I'm still in the process. That's why I
Yeah.
keep associating with you guys, with the Bodhi, so I can get the Shakti.
I hear the band have some influence from 108. It's something like that. Like
What's up?
the band, it has an influence from 108. How it sounds like.
It's like more. There's a little bit of 108, but it's like more LA hardcore, like
Yeah.
LA, we want it hard, like because more, like there's Shelter, there's 108s, like they're hard, but like they're like really good. They're musically good. We our band decided that we want the Gushao like really hard, like LA hardcore. You guys know LA, like what Sibalba rotting out, like really hard. That's what we're trying
Yeah.
to do. But at the same time, like Krishna consciousness.
Yeah.
So
That's,
yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out how. But we like few songs now. We got like few songs, and there's some changes happening right now because people getting busier, and then you guys will see. I want to say it, but
what about the lyrics? What about the lyrics?
it's really we trying to like as much as we can. We want like pure Krishna consciousness, but not indirectly. But you know how what
Yeah.
Shelter did, yeah, like that.
Mm.
But we will try to put like mantra in it, like one like one song. We're even trying to put a kirtan, and I don't want to say it anymore. They're gonna get mad at me if I say everything.
Because
Yeah.
that's what happened with Not For Sale, wasn't it? You would have the kind of the invocation,
Yeah.
represent, say in the demo, or and then you would have parts of you'd have the Maha mantra in there.
Yeah.
So what's it like for you, perhaps, playing the Maha mantra but on an electric guitar, and in terms of in the hardcore style? Is it
Yeah.
quite inspiring for you to play it in that style?
Yeah, it's so cool, right? When I what's that? When I first discovered Shelter, and then they singing that mantra, I'm like, oh my god, they're doing it! They're freaking doing it! There you go. I'm like the second album of Not For Sale. That's what we're part like Balaram like really deep dive in Krishna consciousness, start writing about like Krishna conscious lyrics. So one of our old guitarists, Gaura Sundar, is really good in guitar, but all of us like families, like different, we go different ways, but we still talk together. But yeah, he's really good guitarist. And then Gora, our new guitarist, he's really good too. But it's like different. It's like this guy is like more on YouTube, this guy more on different influence.
Yeah.
Me, I'm nobody. I just okay, I'll play with you guys. Whatever. Yeah.
And why do you think? I want to. Madhu and I want to talk to you about like the contemporary Krishnacore scene, both in the US and. across the globe. But why do you think the Philippines had such an influential scene back in the day? What made the Philippines this place, you know, that was just prime for Krishnacore?
Especially because you had the influence of the woods, were like even before Chromax or before Cause for Alarm, they wrote some music about Krishna.
Yeah. Woods is the OGs. They're like OGs Krishnacore in the Philippines. They're like not too hard, but they're like straight up Krishnacore. But it's not that straight to the point. They're like, you know, George Harrison. He will write song. He won't say Krishna in some song, but there's a hidden message at the end, and then at the end they're gonna say, oh, it's Krishna. It's
Yeah.
crazy. And then after that, you know, Shelter put out an album. They went to the Philippines. One way put out an album. We start hearing it. Oh, we can make this kind of music at the same time. Let's try it. Then we did it too.
Because we talked to Agni Piana Das last week, who's from Argentina, and he's also from a Catholic country. Do you think it's because it's got that, because you were brought up in a kind of a in a religious country, perhaps?
That's one too. It's a fact. That's really a big fact. That we're born like religious, so but it's not enough. The philosophy, that knowledge they're putting inside of us, not enough. We're still questioning it. That's why we start looking for deeper and deeper, you know, answer till we find Krishna consciousness.
Yeah.
Also, there is a like a contrast, because, for example, I would think that also, like in Latin America, for example, for the young people, the Catholic Church is almost like a demon, you know, because it's like a imposed religion by the Spanish Empire and all, you know, like, and you know what happened. Even when we share we speak Spanish, you know, like,
Yeah.
it's like if you reject completely I don't know to say the legacy of Spanish conquest, but there are some things there there's some kind of hatred against Catholicism, especially in the hardcore punk scene, you know. And now it's even more with the pedophilia cases and raping and cheating. How much money the Vatican has, that if you could sell you will sell all these castles and palaces and all the gold what they have, you could feed so many people in Africa. Just to give an
Yep.
example, so a hardcore punk it has like a more anti-religion in the hardcore scene of Latin America, but in Argentina something special happening, that at least in the 90s, the economy was, in the beginning of the 90s, it was a little bit better. So some people come with the CDs, I don't know, Europe Today, Shelter,
Yeah.
Advertiser. So people could get that, and they fit their lyrics and sound because of that. I mean, all these bands, Confort Supremo, Sudarshana, Inquire, Bhakti. And also,
Inquires, dope. Inquires, really good.
it's amazing band. So amazing
Right?
band.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're wearing it. I just saw it.
Yeah, Inquire.
Yeah.
So I will need one on Goshala soon.
And
I
Met.
will. Yeah.
You guys gonna get it for sure. For sure. Once we put it
Something
out.
like that happens in Philippines also.
Yep. I mean, it's history, you know, like same stuff you guys got. Like Spanish people back in the days, they conquer Philippines. They put out Catholicism. They put out, you know, they just want to be up there to conquer the Philippines, and then that's why most of the Philippines Catholic. They ruin our what's that, our ancestor history.
Yeah.
And then people start learning and learning and learning and learning. Some people like, okay, this is messed up. What they taught us is messed up. They put us school, just teach us like what? everything's the same. They didn't even teach us what is like really what happening in the world.
Yeah.
And that I'm one of those lucky ones that, I found Krishna consciousness.
Yeah.
And then yeah, and that's it. And then a lot of Krishna core kids too in the Philippines. It's so lovely. And then after when I found out like about Mexico, there Argentina, there's a lot. Like wow, we're everywhere. I thought it's just in USA and Philippines. I'm like we're everywhere, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then I move out here. I start meeting up like a lot of Krishna core like everywhere in the world. Start staying at my apartment if they're around here. I'm like okay, this is what's up. I love it. Yeah, it's just so sweet. The like the love we give it to each other. Like it's like family. It's not more than friends. Like family. It's like family to each other. Like I don't
Yeah.
know you, but I know you by my soul. So come here. You're my brother. You're my sister.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
I think that comes across in a lot of the interviews that we do, that there is that kind of family there, that
Right?
family of devotees. And of course, because it's a global thing, it's like punk, isn't it? That you could.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's like punk.
So you've got these two things going on, punk and Krishna consciousness.
Krishna consciousness. Exactly. It's yeah. Everywhere you go, hey, can I squat to your house? Yeah, come here. They'll go feed you. It's the same with punk. I'm like, okay, but it's like more deeper, like more discipline. I mean, punk, we don't want, I mean, being a punk, you don't want discipline, but, growing up, you learning, we need to grow at one point. So I need to discipline everything.
Yeah.
Is that Ray Capo talks about this, about seeing the guy on the back of the jacket, no rules. And, Capo was saying, well, actually, I don't want no rules. I want some rules. I want a framework.
Yeah, I remember it now, yeah.
Do you think that's the same with you then, that your spiritual awareness was because you wanted that kind of framework, you needed a framework to seek? You often, as you said, as you were growing up, you were always looking for something, and kind of Krishna consciousness gave you that kind of framework in which to have more, to seek that something else, if that makes sense.
Yes, I feel like all of us like that. All of us, Krishna core kid, like even straight edge kids adopt that thing. Like you see, like straight edge kid, like back in the days, they're all wearing neck beads, like straight edge. We want the discipline, we don't want like okay, no law, I'll do everything. But if that's happen, like no law at all, everything will mess up.
Yeah,
we need to follow some rules.
To wake up early in the morning, chant your japa and stuff.
And it helps a lot. It helps so much a lot. Like you can do so much the rest of the day. Like instead of drinking wasted at night, waking up hangover. So that's it. It's life. I don't want that life. We don't want that life. We want a life of gradually growing.
Yeah. Mike?
There was that famous kind of talking about Ray Capo. There was that famous interview with Ray Capo with Maximum R&B, Maximum Rock and Roll. Sorry, where he was really criticised for being a Hare Krishna, and there are these kind of big tensions in the scene. It was perhaps in the hardcore scene, keep religion out of hardcore, etc., etc. Have you come across that? Both in you playing with Not For Sale in the Philippines and also you being in the US, punks that are against the Krishna consciousness thing?
There's still a lot. I mean, even now, you guys know, even now, there's still few people who criticize us, like, oh, they're religious, they're this and that and that. I mean, what we should do, they're like, those are the people we need to love more. Those are the people we need to embrace. They're the people like need help. Is that the right term? Need help? Yeah, or need more love. Yeah. That's why, always criticizing people. I mean, criticizing is good, but when people criticize in a bad way, you already feel it. But when people like chastise you in a good way, you will feel it too. Like, our elders will chastise us like really bad, but at the same time it's really good. But it's for us. But outside people, when they criticize us, it's like, okay, that's the way. Like, if your ego is really bad, you will mad at them. But by the blessings of our teachers, you guys, when people chastise us from outside Krishna consciousness, they will love us more. We will love them more. You know what I mean? Like, we will put love on them more, no matter what, as long they won't touch us. Because if they will hurt us, that's a different,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say that your best friends are those who point your faults, but not to destroy you,
Yeah.
just to make you grow up.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a
Yep.
good friend.
That's a good friend, but a friend who will, like, that's not, I mean, people outside, like, Krishna, that's like what I said, people outside Krishna consciousness, like criticizing Krishnacore kids like us, like, oh, they're like religious, like same with Catholic religious. They didn't know yet. That's why we need to teach them, we need to put more love in them. That's how it works. Yeah.
Do you see, it's a bit of a strange question, really. Do you see Krishna consciousness as being religious? Do you see it as a kind of organized religion like Catholicism?
I will say yes, but not Catholicism. I mean, it's a big difference between Catholicism and, our teachers. Like, our teachers taught us so good. Like it's way different. Like, when we play back in the days in Madhu, we always tell that we're not religious. We're not like kind of religious group. As we always said, we're not kind of religious group. It's a philosophy. As we always said, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah,
that's what we always said. Yeah. So people like me, including me, like gradually learning and learning. That's the first hit. We're not religious. We're teaching philosophy. Like, but in the long run, you will learn that, okay, this is religion, but at the same time, it's not. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have a conflict, like, what is the concept of religion, or what is the concept of spirituality? Because for me, it's the same. When we speak about organized religion, as Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta says, organized religion is like the beginning of the destruction of a living movement.
Yeah.
Organized religion, even Krishna consciousness, is completely different. Even when some people try to show it as an institutional religion, organized religion,
Yeah.
it's not like that, because it's about relationships. Like, just try to establish a relationship with Krishna and with the devotees. Like with your Guru Deva, you try to do some service. So everyone see in themselves as servants. It's not like a master. It's like completely
it's a
different.
it's a love exchange. It's a really love exchange.
Even I know in the temple, in your family, like, this pastime of when this one devotee came to Shilagor Kishore, I think it was Shilagor Kishore Rai Maharaj.
Yeah.
And this devotee say, Maharaj, I have a Vaishnavi here. She's my girlfriend. Oh, she's a Vaishnavi. But that's why Maharaj says, okay, so don't even think about touching her for enjoyment, and worship her with 5 kinds of elements, like, do puja to her, and you should only eat her remnants, because she's a Vaishnavya. You should respect her. It's like, it completely changed the position of, I know it's patriarchal position of something, but it's like, like everyone see themselves, or should see themselves as servants. I'm servants. I'm a servant, Nitya Krishna Das. And then the principle, Trinada Pisunishana. So it's something special. It's not for me, it's religion or spirituality is the same, because religion, when it's well practices, that's spirituality.
Yeah, same.
And,
Yeah.
and it has nothing to do with organized religion or institutional stuff. So sorry that I extended, but
No, that's
I
cool.
always
I'm
like
learning
to.
too. I like it. I love it.
Yeah, I think we agree. So,
Yeah.
So you've already talked about Goshala, and you've probably talked a little bit too much about it. Have you revealed too much about Goshala?
I know. I did.
Could you tell us how you see the contemporary Krishnacore scene now? See those bands around you?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting bigger. We're putting it out. It's really dope. I love it. Everyone knows about it. Us now. Like we're not like like I mean, back in the days, they're already there. They established one each other. Prema, they established it, but it's not like that we got now. Like, oh, they're Krishna Core. They're what's up? I know them. Even here in LA, like everyone here Krishna Core. Like some people were criticizing. Some people, oh, I want to see them. I want to see them play. Yeah, it's so dope now. Like they accept us like a hardcore in a hardcore scene. Like okay, they're hard. Yeah, they have a lifestyle. Like their lifestyle is really hard. Like we have a hardcore lifestyle compared to this hard. Yeah, they're musically hard, but how about their lifestyle?
yeah,
It seems to be a lot more accepted. You go back to you go back to kind of the 80s and 90s with Shelter and 108, where there seemed to be a lot of conflict around about the Hare Krishnas being in hardcore, but it seems to be a lot more accepted now.
Yeah, I remember that one interview of Raghu and Param. They saying that there's a group of people like anti-Krishna core, something like that, in a hardcore scene. Yeah, I'm like, now there's not. I mean, they're probably talking crap about Krishna core, but there's nothing like against. But like because like 70, 80% or even 95% of hardcore kids, they're Krishna core. They're what's up. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
there are some of your favorite Krishnacore bands. You could make a list of your favorite Krishnacore bands. 108.
Right now,
Shorter, I
yeah,
know.
yeah. Prema, I love Prema. I've been listening about a lot of Prema, Enquire,
Yeah,
Abhinanda,
Abhinanda.
and Govinda Project. Govinda
Govinda
Project,
Hardcore
yeah,
from Italy.
yeah,
You're into hardcore.
yeah. They're like OGs. Govinda, yeah, they're like OGs.
Mm.
Yeah, but right now I've been listening a lot of what's that? Prema and 108 and LA hardcore to make our because I want to listen to them, so make our music level to the hardcoreness of the LA hardcore and our music. Yeah, because my bandmates Ekoraj and Tyler, they're like used to be bandmate together back in the days, and they're from LA. So if you're from LA, they're like what? They're like fully like really hard. And then our vocalist Javier, he played what 18 Vision. He played a bunch of bands like really good Mistake here in LA, and yeah. I don't want to say anything anymore. I'm just gonna keep talking. I know. I'm like, I need to stop. They're gonna
We'll
get mad at me.
we'll talk about Krishnacore revival nowadays, because there is, I don't know, Safe, Goshala.
Right? It's so right. We have a lot of friends coming up now. I'm like, damn, this is beautiful.
In
Like
Philippines,
a lot
there
of
is a lot. Philippines.
yeah, there's
His
His
Divine
Divine
Grace.
Grace, Mihara. What else?
Yeah.
There's so
Every day we fall.
Yeah.
Every day we fall.
Divided we fall. See, there's a lot everywhere we go. At Mexico, Argentina, there you guys got everywhere. Like Russia, I heard about what's that? A sober.
Yeah, sober.
That guy, and and there's this another guy that it's not Krishnacore, but I think we're gonna put a label of Krishnacore, Ahimsa principle. I think I saw in he put a like a demo. I don't know, but yeah. There's a devotee. I don't know if it's a Russian, like Ahimsa something.
Ah, yeah, from Russia. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a rap hip hop. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
But
it,
he's a
it's
Krishna
just
consciousness.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
just so nice, everywhere we go, like there's a Krishnacore kids everywhere. It's like a hardcore kids. There's a Krishnacore kids. Everywhere we go, we have family everywhere.
Yeah. That's great. Mike?
So, we've been talking for an hour. Before we finish, I wanted to ask you if you've got anything that you would particularly like to say to those that are listening and those that will listen to the podcast. What kind of advice would you give people out there?
First of all, again, Mike, Madhu, thank you so much for this interview. I'm no one, but you guys put me in here. There should be like a lot of more people you guys interviewing, but you guys choose me. And then for all the hardcore kids, Krishnacore kids, yeah, just stick to the people that you love. That they really love you. They treating you like a family. Like surround your people with good people, like devotees. Your association will tell who you are, who you hang it with. So just love each other. I don't know. I keep saying love, but that's what people show it to me. That's why I keep showing to more love too, which is you guys taught me that too. So thank you. Thanks so much for this again.
It's been really good to talk to you, and it's been lovely to hear your journey of Krishna consciousness, especially as we talk to Balarama Das as well.
Yeah.
And
I think he said like most of it. That's why I didn't say most of it. Like I have like a little bit, but he already. I watch it. Okay, he said everything. His memory is really good. My memory is that it's like kind of bad. I have like I got bad memory. That guy has good memory. That's why he can write so much fancy.
Right. Yeah. But what's been it was like this with Agni Prana Das last week. It's like really, we're really, Madhu and I are really honoured to be able to talk to you and for you to share your ideas with us and share your journey with us. And wherever after every podcast, I'm always on a bit of a high afterwards. And I think Madhu's the same. We kind of finish and it's like, wow, that was just incredible. And I feel like that now with you, it's just lovely to hear your journey from not for sale and you becoming you've been a vegetarian, then not for sale, you're going over to the US. It's been great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much too. Thank you, Mike and Madhu. And then again, thank you so much for all the devotees. Not because of them, we're not here. You guys thank you so much. Much love for you guys.
Bro, and thank you so much. It was amazing to hear from you about your journey in Krishna consciousness. I hope I can listen Goshala soon. I may be sharing opinion and you could share something before August, before next week. I'm really excited. Not really excited about it. So because I listened and just a bit about the video that you share, from the video that you shared, I was like, wow, it's
something.
It's gonna get wild, really, thank you so much for accept the invitation to be in the podcast. I really appreciate to have people like you who show the principles of Krishna consciousness, that is humility, love, affection, and that's what all we are looking for, so love and affection. So thank you so much for your words, for sharing, and let's see what happens next if we survive this pandemic and we can see
it's crazy.
It's
just I know it's crazy. This pandemic's really crazy. Stop everything, but it is what it is. Krishna's arrangement.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Great stuff.
The show must go on. The kirtan must go on. And Harikatha must go on. Everything. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. Hare Krishna.
Speak to you soon.
Radhe.
Thank you, Mike.
Stay safe, Mike. Stay safe, Madhu. Love you guys.